important phone call, but now I'm back. All right, so now since Saturday, and Canelo won a, for the most part, lopsided fight against Caleb Smith. Now you got people saying he number one. I've said this on several occasions that if you think Canelo number one, that's fine, but don't come telling me that I have to say Canelo is number one because you Mexican and you say so. It's the same as because you white and I say so. That don't apply to me. For real. If I think Bud is number one, that's my right. Who are you to tell me? I'm not finna argue with you about it. I mean, for real, who is you to tell me that I have to say Canelo number one? Nah, you can go to hell 3 times over. I mean, at the end of the day, Canelo went up there and fought the easiest fight that he think he had a chance of winning. Now, he gonna say, well, I ain't gonna fight David Benavidez because David Benavidez don't have a belt. But when David Benavidez had the belt, you wasn't really trying to fight him. And to me, I don't think David Benavidez should have got stripped. He shouldn't have got stripped. He should have been able to keep his belt. But Mauricio Sullivan keeps granting Canelo favor after favor. Now, there's a rumor that they may elevate him to franchise champ again, so therefore we have another damn belt. But then I'm sure it'll be an actual belt unless Canelo loses. But the thing is, with Canelo, like I said, I understand why certain fighters be like, man, I don't know about this dude because it's always a stipulation. Like I said, one thing about Canelo, if you stand in front of him, yeah, he'll look good. But it was a question of Caleb Smith, how good he was in the first place. What's up? I'm not that impressed by Caleb Smith. Like I said, we all knew he was going to beat him because he's an ideal Canelo opponent. And see, the reason why he's hesitant because Charlo would love to slug it out with Canelo. Oh, I'm gonna get to that. I'm gonna get to that in a minute. I'm gonna get to Canelo and the juicing thing in a minute. Like, that's something that can't be ignored because they are saying that Canelo was on that shit. Now, I don't know whether they was drug testing for this fight, but they probably wasn't. And people can't sit up there and try to play these games and say, why are you accusing Canelo of juicing? Because he's been caught juicing. And I don't want to hear that stuff about that mystery meat he was eating. Oh, it was in the cow meat, so that caught. Nah, man, it's because you was purposely taking something to give you advantage. Canelo is he's documented as being caught. So you can't get around that. But it's been dismissed, and then Mauricio Sullivan hooked him up by basically raising, the positive test levels to where if you have a certain amount of levels of that shit in your system, it won't be considered, you know what I'm saying, a failed test. So Mauricio Sullivan purposely looked out for Canelo, just like they stole that belt from David Benavidez and gave it to Canelo. Canelo should not he should not have that belt. But the reason why they're going to say, well, I didn't have to fight David Benavidez because he don't have a belt. But that was his belt. And now David Benavidez has called out Canelo and said, hey, man, give me my shot. And I'm going to tell you right now, David Benavidez is going to be a far harder fight for Canelo than Caleb Smith. I mean, Caleb Smith, he had his moments at times, but, it is what it is. But the thing is with Canelo and these accusations of PED use, they are warranted because he's been caught before. And you keep moving up all these weight classes and stuff too. And then your body always look a certain way. So, you know, you just got to ask yourself. You got to ask yourself. I don't know. But he been circling the wagon just like everybody else. Nobody cannot explain to me why hasn't he fought Jamal Charlo. And I don't believe Oscar, when Oscar said they sent him a contract for like $12 million. We all know Oscar be off that youter. We all know Oscar be off that powwow. Oscar might have been having one of his visions when he was off that, that powwow. Doing God knows what. Because we know Oscar is into some weird shit. So who knows? He probably think he sent Charlo a contract. So I'm just saying, man, let's get this, let's get this fight going. And I heard Marcos about to put out a video saying Canelo is number one and it's not even close. Man, if you don't get your ass out of here, Marcos. Yeah, he already know that he gonna have the fight of his life on his hands versus Charlo. See, one thing about Jamal Charlo is gonna keep coming. And I don't think he gonna pressure Canelo. And see, he gonna make Canelo fight. And I don't think Canelo like that style for him. Because Charlo will trade with Canelo. Charlo will trade with Canelo. And he gonna put relentless pressure on him. Like I keep saying, for the Canelo apologists, the Canelo fans, if this is such an easy fight, well, why hasn't it been made? If Demetrius Andrade was such an easy fight for Canelo, well then where's the contract? You got them two dudes chasing this dude down for years. He fought Lara. Lara had already had a loss. So let's not make it look like, you know what I'm saying? But he fought Lara. And Lara, a lot of people believe that Lara beat him. But keep in mind, he also said, I ain't never fight Lara again. He also said, I'm not fighting. Damn, wait a minute. Yeah, he also said that he wasn't fighting Trot again. Then, as far as Triple G go, well, Triple G was one of the most overrated fighters within the last 20 years that ever came about. So, okay. And then a lot of people thought that you lost both of those Triple G fights. A lot of people thought you lost for me, myself. I thought that I watched that fight. I thought Canelo edged Triple G in both fights. And Canelo got rocked by Triple G. But at the end of the day, Triple G was a dude that was circling the wagon at middleweight. Which I told people that as soon as real competition came to middleweight, the wagon basically, waiting to see if he gonna get a third fight with Canelo. And that's all he been doing. While he could have fought Charlo. And that's the thing, and this is why I don't like fake boxing fans, because they really don't want the best fights out there. The problem that we got now, we got fanboys instead of boxing fans. I'm a boxing fan. I just want to see the best fights made available. It's just too many. It's just like hurdle after hurdle. Man, come on, man. You already know, man. You already know what's up with that. You already know what's up with that. You had the WBC that was in an uproar saying they gonna investigate Deontay Wilder because he said he want to catch a body, but then Triple G said that he'll literally kill Oscar if they fight. You already know they not gonna say nothing. We all know how this works. But you know the funny part, I think Oscar at middleweight, depending on depending on depending on the time they, Oscar, depending on the age frame, I think Oscar would have probably outpointed Triple G. Once again, Triple G, if you don't stand in front of him, Triple G only fights certain kind of fighters. Look, Daniel Jacobs is a fighter with quick hands, but then he's not a mobile fighter. He's not light on his feet. That's fact. But I'm just saying, he need to make this fight. I don't want to see Canelo fight no more Rocky Fieldings. I don't want to see him fight. I don't want to see him fight Smith anymore. I don't want to see no rig fights against Sergey Kovalev. It's time for the dude to fight the best guys available. And he need to make up his mind once and for all if he gonna campaign at 68 or 60. Either or. But anyway, I'm out.